How do you characterize the standards that you hold yourself to?
I just report the truth, and I think that, but I think that all this focus on standards, I think, is sort of this bureaucratic kind of, not gotcha, but where it's all about imposing this sort of idea that in order for a story to be accurate, it has to be fact-checked, it has to be peer-reviewed, it has to have this whole kind of editorial process.
It doesn't have to be fact-checked? I mean, you just said you spend a lot of time finding facts.
They're just facts. The fact that this notion of a fact-check, I think we use very loaded terms that connote this sort of agnostic sense.
Wait, do you think the term fact-check is loaded?
100%.
Tell me why.
It was a construct that was created by this sort of anti-disinformation industry.
So that right there was White House correspondent Natalie Winters, and she just described why MAGA hates nuance and hates detailed fact-checking. Trump has built his base on an insulated bubble of a post-fact reality. We live in a time where Republicans now trust what Donald Trump says about election results more than the actual election. And election misinformation is not going to be constrained to the 2020 election that most Republican voters still deny. Trump and his coalition are already gearing up to deny midterm election results and 2028. You have Trump advocating for federalizing elections. Meanwhile, influencers like Nick Shirley are posting fake exposés about voter fraud in California. They are laying the groundwork by disseminating disinformation and then use that misinformation narrative to give pretext for authoritarian moves. This is what is happening right now with Trump's push to federalize elections. The reason why Donald Trump was unsuccessful in his attempt to overturn the 2020 election was because he was not surrounded by the same sorts of loyalists he's surrounded by today.